Hello everybody and welcome back to Kirby 64, the final episode, where we're going to a heart planet. This is, a bit new. Kirby's always been adorable, but I don't think we've ever been to the, rainbow, clappy, happy, Yoshi's Storyland before. And now we got, hula hoop powers. God, that looks overpowered. Will this finally be the I guess not. always gotta look for that goddamn power-up. Ugh. And we're not starting off on a good foot, as you can see. We got 2 health. Which, yeah. That's a background right there. I'm just looking at the landscape and I'm just confused at this point. Like, is this just gonna be a straight line? I mean, I know the first level of these worlds tend to be the easy one, but geez. There's easy and then there's kind of insulting. Okay, here's Burt Bros, we're fighting a saw blade. I'm probably gonna be mentioning this, since we're kind of getting into a bit of a boring level. Let's talk about something else we've been doing this week. I finally, finished watching Steins. I decided to, marathon, quote-unquote, the last 3 episodes. Let me tell you, kinda disappointed, personally. I think it faces a classic problem, which I'll be talking about in, the Mass Effect 3 series, later today, hopefully. That's gonna be another one of our classic short sessions, because all of our records that's been happening during the summer have been getting kind of fucked up. Which is, gonna continue to be the case since I decided to go on vacation in a couple weeks. But, Steins. I think its major problem is that, you know, as good as everyone says it is, I think it falls into the classic problem of tell, don't show. They tell everything. And that's why, I think one of its major problems is that it's trying to present all of these big stakes, like the end of the world and world wars and things like that, like literal end of the world shit, and what the hell. Okay. How the hell did we go from Yoshi's Stories Land to Haunted Castle? A haunted castle looks like goddamn Togepi. What the hell? God, talk about content whiplash, holy shit. Like, I'm hearing the music right now and oh my god. Kinda reminded me of a little bit of Luigi's Mansion 3, but I think even this is more threatening than what I remember from that game. Actually, now that I'm continuing to listen to it, at this point it just sounds really repetitive and annoying. Yes! Well, now we don't have to worry about the haunted castle because now we fucking broke it the game! Hell yeah! Let's go, Kirby. We got a castle to destroy. We're gonna kill every ghost, we're gonna kill every specter, we're gonna kill every Frankenstein's monster until no one is left alive. Yeah, the spooky castle is definitely gonna get me with its spiders. Like, literally, my house in real life has a spider problem. I don't give a fucking shit about that. I give more of a fucking shit about the fly problem I currently have in my garage. But that's probably because of the, horridly hot summer that we've gotten this year. But, to get back more to the point, Steins. One of its more recognizable problems is that the story of the series ended in episode 22, but they decided to have 24 episodes. I'm not sure if this was an issue with them trying to be too book loyal to the adaptation, because obviously all anime is an adaptation, because that's just how it goes. I think that's kind of stupid, because as shows like Oban Star Racers, if anyone remembers ever seeing that before, and I don't really suspect a lot of people did, since it was a JetX show in like 2004, and not a lot of people, even in my friend group, even remember what JetX was. Shows that you can make anime without having an adaptation, and really, if you're going to advance the medium, you're gonna have to move past these quote-unquote rules that anime always follows. It's just kind of dumb, in my opinion, for people to be like, no, anime has to do this, otherwise it's not anime, it's a cartoon, which I think is a really pedantic goddamn argument to make. Like, you can make, other countries can make anime, and anime doesn't have to conform to a standard to be anime. Like, we can expand it, and honestly, they probably should expand it, because it's going to be the only way that the medium is going to progress, is that if you get rid of these, frankly, very arbitrary rules, that you need an adaptation, and it needs to be made by Japanese people. It's like, no. I'm sure even Japanese companies probably outsource their goddamn animation departments to other people. And even at that point, what's the line there? Are you saying that it has to come from the idea of Japanese people, but other countries can make it if they're run by Japanese corporations? Like, what's the line? But to get back to the topic, Steins Gate. I don't know if it was an adaptation issue. I'm saying it might be, but it might have just been it honestly might have just been a creator decision, like they thought they needed to have the happy ending. And I think it's kind of dumb, because my idea before... I had a couple of ideas about what Steins Gate was going to do. My first idea was that I thought it was going to pull a Sonic 06, and the whole point of Steins Gate was to inevitably retcon the entire journey of Steins Gate out of existence, because it turned out to be a giant mistake, which is usually what happens in a time travel show. Is that, you know, in order to build drama and tension, it's usually, you know, the consequences that no one thought through in time travel that kind of becomes the big problem. And while Steins Gate kind of did that, the other thing I thought was going to happen also happened. Obviously the Sonic 06 thing kind of to a less so degree, because the ultimate solution of the show was that the events of, you know, the show had to happen because there was actually some permanence to it, which kind of shot my theory in the foot. But to get to the freaking point, my other thing I thought was going to mention was that I thought Okabe was going to be, and if you're annoyed that I'm calling him Okabe, then, you know, I don't really like him as a character still, so there you go. Was that he was going to find a third option to get his way out. He did, but the problem was that I thought Okabe was going to find it because he was the main character, and he was the only one who, at that point, was left who knew the truth of what was going on. But subvert my expectations, Steins Gate did, in that Okabe didn't find the third option. The third option just appeared to him in episode 23, which, you know, if I really cared, I'd say is insulting, but I don't really care, so I think the entire ending of the show was just kind of a bad idea. Mostly because I guess in Steins Gate comparative case it was kind of high stakes, but in general, it's pretty low stakes, to be honest. But I will tell you, I've had one of my biggest laughs this week when I saw the sequence where Okabe accidentally stabbed Makise, which was fucking hilarious. It was definitely a lot funnier than the time that Mayuri got ran over by a car, because Okabe is incompetent. And I'm really glad I picked this level to have this discussion with you guys, because Jesus Christ. This has been a mini-boss rush that doesn't even have the mini-bosses. We've literally just been going through what I thought was going to be a creepy castle, but it's just been 5 rooms in a row of us killing enemies repeatedly, which is boring. And Steins Gate is at least going to be more interesting. I might do a video on this later, maybe like a month or two now, when I'm finally finished watching TNG. I'm right in the middle of Season 6. And overall, I've loved it. The journey's been fucking awesome, and I think making a video about its multiple things that it does is going to be kind of interesting to do. Okay, now we're fighting an eyeball cube. Wait, did we skip over the scary castle level? Because I thought the mini boss thing was the deal, you know? I'm looking at my video's rendering, and I'm wondering, is this like a really long boss fight? Because I don't know, it looks like it just keeps going. Huh. I don't know. Well, I mean, I have the fire sword, so even if this boss fight takes forever, I think I'm gonna be fucking fine. I'm wondering why I haven't been able to hit the boss. Okay, now we're doing some damage. Okay. Oh, I see what we need to do. We need to hit the boss with their own copy abilities. That's kinda dumb. And probably is gonna be the reason why I'm gonna get killed is because I don't realize that in the past. That's great. You need to hit the boss with its own fucking copy abilities and do any goddamn damage. I wish I could say it's unique, but the problem with that is that a strength of Kirby is that you're supposed to be able to pick your favorite abilities and then, you know, kind of just use them everywhere. Like, in Kirby, you're not generally supposed to be, like, forced into a copy ability you don't want. And this is a very bizarre way to do that. I mean, I get what they're fucking doing. I just explained what they're doing. But in a Kirby game? Seriously? Like, some boss fights do this, where they take your own powers and use them against you. And I get that. But why would you do it like this? Okay, I think I just realized what's going on. Yep. I got this now. I got this. Well, I don't got this, so yay. I'll let this rock for another attempt, but if I fail again, I'll probably just skip to the end. You know, do one of my classic random cuts. Oh god, what a dumb thing to do for Kirby. Like, why? Oh my god, Kirby, get a brain cell. Oh my god, a missile launcher. That would be cool. How am I gonna hit this fucking thing with stone power? I'm gonna have to combine it with one of these other things. Okay, let's see what's stone and ice gonna... really? A curling stone. Kirby, what are you doing? Kirby, get rid of the power! You need to switch! Oh my god. Kirby, you dumb idiot! You just figured out the weakness! Come on! Could you stop being a fucker? Okay. And this was years before the Havoc physics engine happened. Kirby, could you stop being a fucker? Well, at least you're doing something. And here's the other problem, is that, goddammit, this thing has, like, what, 10 copy abilities in it? Like, fucking hell. Talk about overkill. Okay, let's see what we got here. Well, I'm always a man for admitting my small mistakes, but, let's just say I didn't have a good time with this boss fight, considering how much I had to cut from this episode. I'll just, let you guys know that I intended this episode to be, 35 minutes long? When I originally did it? Yeah. Someone had a bit of a problem with that one now, didn't it? Yeah. It's, yeah. I mean, again, it would be an interesting concept for a lot of other games, but for Kirby? No. Is that an electric bomb or a light bulb? Kirby, light bulb Kirby looks adorable. I'm surprised it didn't make it into Smash. Kirby, you need to... Kirby. You need... Exactly. You know what... Okay, you missed, but at least you know what you're doing this time. Well... I'll say that progress is important even though, you know... You're not doing very well, Kirby, but rest assured, everybody, I did cut the cuts, so this is actually our victory tune. Why do all the ice powers suck in weird fucking ways? I mean, at this point, I probably know the tells. It's kind of like when I was fighting Orphan of Cause earlier this week, because I had told my buddy that I would spend the time to do that myself. Doing Orphan of Cause, which was not fun, because Orphan of Cause, as much as the get-gooders out there will say what they say all the time, it was not a good boss fight. I did not enjoy that. Because I could definitely very well see how you could make the Orphan of Cause a very interesting and cool boss fight, but the problem is that Bloodborne has no intention of doing that. And I would be much more forgiving of that, well, a little bit more forgiving of it, if they didn't have you fucking hunt down your own blood vials. Like, seriously, if it was a PC game, I'd download the fucking mod that would just, you know, do what Estus usually fucking does. You know, get resets on death, so I don't have to waste 30 minutes of my life going back to fucking Bergenworth or the Nightmare Hospital or wherever the fuck and track down souls and blood vials, especially since they're not even-handed in handing them out, which is kinda weird when they're a non-recoverable health item. Why aren't they liberally put everywhere in the entire game world? It's very bizarre that they don't do that. I mean, oh my god. How many late game areas in Yharnam do not have the freaking blood vials necessary to keep them afloat? The constant amount of times that I'd have to go back and pick up more of them is freaking ridiculous. Frankly, I am just very weirded out by From Software not realizing that in retrospect and putting it in as a goddamn courtesy. But anyway, I did it. And I did it probably in how most people who aren't playing Bloodborne for their Twitch streams do it. And that's just by dumb luck. Because even at goddamn max upgrade and, you know, max leveling, you're still not going to be in a good place to deal with Orphan of Cause. Because it is just so... the numbers are ridiculous. What the hell? Okay. It's the Spack Attack! Oh, goddammit, the electricity power. Still on this guy. Okay, Kirby, you got 1 health, but I believe in you. I believe in you now that you're a fucking Gatling gun. Kirby the Gatling gun. And who would be surprised that a fire-based power-up would be the thing to break this game in half? Perfect. Good job. Okay, now finish up with fire, and we got this. Okay, Kirby, all you need is 1 good goddamn hit. Steel yourself. You are a rock and a mountain or something. Oh, you did it. There you go, I've beaten the Cosmic Cube. And gotten the Cosmic Shard of Doom. And yeah, that's Kirby 64 for you. A brilliant little spike of nostalgia for the Kirby franchise. A Kirby franchise defined by having so many good games that you could almost lose track of them. But, I mean, combo copy abilities, a fantastic expansion of the Kirby idea that they never went back to, which I feel not even doing the one time is a hugely missed opportunity. I know that you probably don't want to do that for every Kirby game, but I mean, it's brilliant. It's fantastic, and it makes this game so goddamn unique. On top of the fact that this is the only N64 Kirby game. Because I think that the expectation of trying to learn 3D game design probably, you know, disallowed them from producing another SNES, and what the hell? You know, another SNES situation where they could constantly just pump out games onto the console. Now they have to deal with, you know, so much extra work and getting all this shit to work out, but, you know, even though this game isn't exactly cream of the crop, and it doesn't push the envelope as much as it should, I had a brilliant goddamn time. I had a fun time talking to you guys over the LP, and just, you know, getting to relive my nostalgia for this game, and, you know, how much fun I had, even though Project 64 is clearly not the best emulator to run it. Jesus Christ, what are you doing to the credits, you piece of crap? But, it's kind of the only one you get, so, you know. Wow, they really fucked up the ending credits song, aren't you? I'd rather be listening to I Am the Wind right now. Cause, oh god. This tune is getting butchered by the software, and I feel really bad about that. But, you know, well, you do what you can. You know what, I might actually do the extra work and, replace this in post, because there's no other gameplay happening right now. It's literally just the song. I could get the song and put it on for this. Who's the treehouse? Is that like the QA department for Natsume or something? You know what? Fuck it. I'll just download the whole credit sequence and put it on. It'll be a good cap off for this LP. And I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me and talking some Kirbs. Getting to enjoy the final beautiful level, even though level design was not very well done. It was a nostalgic trip. I enjoyed it, and I hope you'll be around for whatever the next Kirby game is going to be. Because I'm pretty sure that we're going to be doing all Kirby LPs. So, until then, I'll see you guys next time, and I wish you all out there a victory for gamers. Thanks for showing up with me on whatever day you end up watching this video.